Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave. I am answering questions today from tested patrons. I'm answering a question from a patron. D Quartermane asks, you said it takes time for new folks to get used to the cave upon arriving. Is there one thing that everyone flocks to, or does it vary with visitors? I love this question. In order to answer this, sorry. Let's try that. Yeah. In order to answer this, let's go on a little walk. Let's see what it's like to enter the cave, because I think that that will help. So, you ring the doorbell on my cave. Oh. Come in, and this is what greets you the first time. Actually, here, let's give you a wide. This is what you see when you first walk in. So people walk in and they're like, whoa, and they look up and they start looking around. Paul Saborin walked in here and said, you know it's an amazing space when the guy in the gorilla suit up there is the least interesting thing within your field of vision. Yeah, there's a ton. Oh my gosh, I know. It's slightly problematic. This is some of my son's stuff here. The orange man from Mythbusters, put him in a car to find out if... what was that story? Oh, right. If you're sitting between two extremely large people in a car accident, will they protect you? Will their bodies protect you from the accident? The answer is no. I had to keep him. He's so beautiful. And so they look around here, and there's just so many things to see that I often start talking and then I stop and let them sort of take it in. Yeah, 3PO here is awaiting a new location. And that's the other 3PO. That's the one I wear on my back as Chewbacca. Here's some of my hat overflow and some costume stuff that needs to move. That's where I keep some equipment, but also mostly like costume stuff and wigs and things. And then here's some costume stuff which has to go to the storage space. Here's another C-3PO in there. And so then I'm like, come in. And they walk in. And yeah, they start to look around. There is no specific one thing that everybody gravitates towards when they walk in the shop. I hope that I'm not moving this camera too fast to make you ill. There are so many things. All right, I feel like, yeah. Back at the front door. Oh, yeah. I must say, it's a little, hold on. I must say, I am, hold on, here we go. I feel a little vulnerable showing you the cave in this state because it is a little intense to me. Like this I've got stuff everywhere and I'm literally in the middle of cataloging it and trying to move it around. But I wanted you to get the picture of what it's like to walk in. There's no one thing that everyone gravitates towards. Everyone eventually comments on the T-Rex head. That's Lucy. It's one of my favorite objects in this space. It's totally amazing. I have had a couple of men come in here and be non-reactive in an aggressive way. It's happened twice that men have walked in here and been like, oh, where are we going to dinner? Like ignoring this whole space, which, yeah, you're going to have to take my word for it that I understood that as aggressive behavior because it was. They did not like the feeling of being overwhelmed by a space, which is fair enough. It is not for everyone. But also I feel like when you look at this is like a celebration. This is, it's like, Kurt Vonnegut's brother, Bernard Vonnegut, was a scientist who is an important scientist. He invented cloud seeding. And apparently kept a very messy lab. So at one point his lab got inspected by the city and they were like, it's a horror show in here. And he said, if you think this is bad, you should see what it's like in here. And so that's what I say. If you think this is bad, you should see what it's like in here, because this is a version of what's going on inside here. And that's kind of what I love about it, right? That's why it is this way. This is what I do left to my own devices. And then by the time someone makes it over here, I usually, we talk about some things that are here and there, and they sort of laugh, and I'll hand them something and they'll play with it. And then we move into the shop. And so here we are in the shop again. And once we're here, and again, this is an unholy mess. I've just been tackling a wiring problem on R2-D2's head here, and I mostly have it licked now. I just need to make it more robust. But yeah, I've just been leaving this for like 3 days. Anyway, we come in here, and this is where people sort of visibly relax, because weirdly, this shop, and I'm going to do a spin around, this shop, when you're in it, is less overwhelming. I know that seems strange on camera, but I can see it in people's manner. This space is less overwhelming. Why am I walking backwards? Than this space. That's totally clear to me. Yeah. Like I said, everyone eventually comments on Sue. But it is also hilarious that you can walk in here and not notice the 6-foot-long T-Rex head for minutes while you're here. And then you're like, oh, look at that. And this is why I actually put it here. It used to be the T-Rex head used to live over here. Walking backwards is pretty much never a great idea, ever, ever, ever. It used to be up here, and people would miss it for a whole day. Like, people wouldn't even notice if I didn't call it out. But, Quartermane? Quartermane! Is that who asked this question? It is. D Quartermane. It varies with visitors. In response to your query, it varies with visitors. Shall we move on? Thank you guys so much, Tested patrons. Your questions are awesome. Keep submitting them. I will keep answering them. If you'd like to support us at Tested further than just watching this video, for which we thank you, you can go to our merch store, or you can actually become a Tested patron, which is cheap with lots of benefits. Links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for these awesome questions. I'm Adam Savage, and I will see you next time.